a posture. What we talked about with standing posture, this would be poor standing posture, where you're putting all your weight in the front of your hips, on your hip ligaments, and not engaging your stomach muscles. You're letting your stomach muscles hang, your lower back is excessively arched, your mid back is rounded, your shoulders are rounded forward, and your neck is sticking forward. So the first thing to do is to engage your core muscles and your stomach muscles, and actually pull your stomach muscles in, and that will, and tucking your bottom, and that will lessen that arch in your lower back. Then lift that chest up and pull your shoulders back and down and bring your neck back so that you're standing like this instead of this. Same thing with sitting. If you're sitting in a chair or the couch or at your desk and you sit like this, this is poor posture. You're rounded in your mid back, you're rounded in your lower back, you're rounded in your mid back, your shoulders are rounded forward, you're compressed in your rib cage, and your head is sticking out forward. So first thing to do is to lift that lower back and straighten it up. And as you do that, automatically your chest comes up a little bit. And you pull that and you straighten out your chest and pull your shoulder blades back and down again and bring your chin back in line with your spine. So this would be a better sitting posture. So one of the exercises to do actually is to just practice bringing your chin forward and then bringing it back. And you're just doing it horizontally as if there is a rope attached to the back of your neck pulling you back. You're not tilting up, you're not tilting down as you do it, you're just going straight back. The other thing, sitting at the computer, what we talked about was to have your desk set up so that when you are typing, your elbows are relaxed by your side at 90 degrees. You don't want it to be the desk too far up or too far up where you're shrugging your shoulders. You just want to be relaxed with your arms by your side. And the screen of the computer should be at eye level. So the first line that you type should be eye level. Laptops, we talk about laptops being very difficult because they are lower and it causes people to look down. What you can do is to put it on top of a few books to bring it up higher. But then the problem with that is then your arms are not in a good position. Your screen might be better position, but that's when the detachable keyboards come into play, and you can have detachable keyboards and use that keyboard instead of the laptop one. And with the keyboard, there's also a wedge, a wrist, where you can, a wedge that you can rest your wrists on. That kind of puts your wrists and hands in a better position for typing. The other thing, sitting on the couch, you want to avoid this where there's a big space between your back and the back of the couch. What you want to do is to scoot back with your bottom as far back as you can go, and then lean back into the back of the couch. If that causes your legs to come off the floor, you just put a book, put something small under your feet to make it more comfortable. Or what you can do, another option, is to put a cushion in the arch of your lower back like this. And if needed, you can also put another cushion on top of that and just be like this. You can play with pillows and get comfortable. In a car seat situation, if you're sitting in your car, it's actually a bit more comfortable to have the back of the seat at 100 degrees instead of 90. If you're upright, if you're totally upright, it's a little bit more compressive force on your spine, but if you recline the seat just a little bit, 10, 15 degrees, it's more comfortable on your back. And the same thing in the car, you can, if your car seat doesn't automatically have that roll built into it, you can just roll up a towel or put a small pillow when you're sitting in your car, especially for long drives. The other stretch that we did, we did two exercises. One was the chin tucks, and the other one was the doorway stretch, where you stretch your pec muscles. So your arms were at 90 degrees, one leg is forward, and you lean your whole body into the front leg. And you hold this stretch 30 seconds, you do it 3 times, like this. The chin tucks, you can just do one set of 10, a few times throughout the day. Then we talked about body mechanics, like if you're going grocery shopping and you want to get your bags from the shopping cart and put it into your trunk, what you can do instead of just bending down like this is to let one leg go up as you get your stuff. Or if you're getting something from the trunk of your car, same thing. Let one leg go up and then get stuff from the back of your car. Then with moving furniture, if you want to move a couch or a big box or a cabinet. So let's take the couch, for example. If you have one leg forward and push, it's much less work. And people automatically do it because it is less work. It's much easier on your back than if you try and pull the couch. So pushing is always easier than pulling when it comes to something heavy that you have to move or slide on the ground. So it's better to do push. Then the other thing we talked about was mopping or vacuuming. So just pretend I have a mop. And this would be the wrong way of doing it, where you're just bending your back and straightening it. Bending your back and straightening it and going too far, reaching too far. The better way of doing it is to have the mop handle in your hand and shift your weight from your front leg to your back leg and keep your back straight. And not go too far. Don't reach too far. You can always move forward and do that other section, but do a smaller area and just shift your weight from front to back leg and keep your back straight. So you're mopping and vacuuming this way instead of this way. Let me just check something. So lifting, another thing we talked about lifting was if you want to lift something from the floor, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this where you're rounding your back. Instead, you want to have your feet apart, bend with your knees. I can't go all the way because of my ankle, but you bend with your knees. Whatever you're lifting, you go all the way down. Whatever you're lifting, you keep close to your body and then come up. And if you have to put it down, let's say on that bench, you don't want to do this and put it down. You want to move with your feet and bend your knees and put it down so you don't hurt your back. Or you can have one leg in front of the other one. Same thing, bend down and then grab whatever you're lifting. Keep it close to your body, because if you're holding something or lifting something with your arms outstretched, it's a lot more work for those back muscles to keep you upright. It's so much weight. It's a long lever arm, and the weight wants to force you to go down, and your back muscles have to work so much harder to hold you up. But if you bring that weight really close to your body, then it's less weight on the teeter-totter trying to pull you down on this side, and less work for your muscles on the back of your spine to counter that load and keep you upright. So always keep whatever you're carrying close to your body. The two things we didn't talk about, but we will the next time, but I'll put in the video, is if you're standing for too long, let's say ironing at the ironing board, or chopping vegetables or washing dishes, one way to take the load off of the back and make it easier on your back is just to have a very small stool and just have one leg up, standing like this. So, you know, with ironing, if I have to stand for too long, instead of doing it like this, it's good to have one leg up on a stool, rested, and it's easier. At the kitchen sink, if you're, you know, chopping vegetables or you're washing dishes, you can open the cabinet door and just rest one leg up on the edge of the cabinet, to take the pressure off of your back. The other thing, if you have to put a stack of plates that you've taken out of the dishwasher and you want to put it in the cabinet overhead, so again, a heavy weight, and you're lifting up like this, first you're going to strain your neck because you're looking up like that, and then the weight with your arms straight is so hard on your lower back because, again, it's the weight and it's trying to pull you down, and your back muscles have to counter it and hold you up. So instead, if you just put a small stool and climb the stool and go up on the stool so that you don't have to reach as far, now you're more eye level with the cabinet and you can put your plates down. It's easier on your neck and it's easier on your lower back. And I think that was it for that session.